Speak inside the mouth. Speak inside the mouth.
In fact, somebody says here, the delegates are taking this Osun governorship election like a matter of life and death. Here we have Kemi Olunloyo. I just like pronouncing that full name. And according to report, they said these guys have no arrest warrant. No arrest warrant? I doubt. The question again is, who do we blame? I think it's time we start being serious about this question. I mean, we talked about NDLEA, EFCC, customs. Now,
what I mean by wasting is that I mean they should kill me. That's what I mean.
Is it that you don't believe that you have a future?
I don't see anybody that can help me now.
Samuel Boso, calm down. Leave social media for a while. If anybody's got his number, send it to me. What's up, my people? How on a day? Waiting they happen, waiting they solve. Welcome back to our channel. Even though it seems so exciting to be here, you know, speaking with you guys, yes, my camera, but I know I'm talking to like thousands of people right now. I always remind myself that, you know, without you guys, I wouldn't be here. So I want to use this opportunity to say thanks to you all that watch me. I'm talking about those people that watch every day and still send me messages just to encourage me. It means a lot to me. Today's news. Now, this is about Davido. You recall the time we talked about Davido family feuds? You know, it's like series, right? You know, the season film? Yes, it was like that. Although recently Abba Kyari's story of taking over. Well, I don't have Abba Kyari news today, right? Or news about Abba Kyari today. But let us focus on Davido. Yes, it took us a week. We're talking, going back and forth on this Davido family issue and politics. At some point, you even ask yourself, why does this matter so much? Because you could see or you could sense the desperation. Now you're fighting yourself just because of this particular position. Why is it so important that you guys have to fight yourself? That has to create some sort of disintegration in the family. We don't understand. Although this is suspicious, but really, I feel like it's not yet time to talk about that. For now, let us talk about the feud within the family before we start talking about, okay, why the desperation? In fact, somebody says here, the delegates are taking this Osun governorship election like a matter of life and death. And by the way, guys, my main source on this Davido family feud shared this with me recently, you know, and Davido posted this, and look at what this person said. My main source on this matter, they said, hey, remember what I told you about big guys in the party supporting the nephew? And I remember talking about that as well. Like, there are big guys in the party supporting the nephew, and that's why the you know, the uncle feel uncomfortable, because he feared that you know, he might lose the primaries because of those backing the nephew. Well, now Davido posted this, and guess what? We've already talked about this a few weeks ago. I already gave you information about this, which is not news to those of you that followed the news back then. They've just said, it hurts, Sha. A certain politician that I love with all my heart and look up to so much is the one trying to F us up, but with God nothing they sup. And you can see somebody reply here saying, mention Sheyi Makinde with your full chest, your chest. And by the way, guys, the nephew is yet to react to this, or Davido's cousin is yet to react to this. But that guy, his strategy, I would say, is classy. You know, he really studied this whole politics thing. But Dancing Senator has his own strategy, using Davido alongside, but that guy seemed cool. And I know it's politics, right? He seemed cool-headed, but I might be wrong, though. Now, here we have Davido again, right? About Daniel Rega. Remember, Daniel Rega called out Davido. This guy is an influencer, social media influencer. He's called out Davido multiple times, like severally, right? Now, the recent one is about the 250 million naira. This guy called Davido out like, look, give us update about this, which Davido did after a few days, right? And now NDLEA has reacted to that. But remember, Davido had come out, give us a list of the orphanage homes. I think the orphanage homes are like 290 something orphanage homes, you know, across the nation. But right now, NDLEA is saying that Davido says the 250 million naira has been disbursed to 292 orphanages. But I find this hard to believe because almost 95% of the beneficiaries are yet to acknowledge him. Now, it's either the money wasn't paid out or the beneficiaries are ungrateful. There's no proof the money was disbursed. What do you think about this, NDLEA's post? Although some people were like, oh, NDLEA, please rest. But others are like, look, he's right. Let us know. Let them acknowledge it. Let them come out and acknowledge. But initially, NDLEA, I mean, you said that you like Davido just need to announce to us this orphanages. He's done that. What do you want him to do? Well, it's got a point there, irrespective. But I just think NDLEA is doing too much on social media. Moving on to the next one here, we have Kemi Olunloyo. I just like pronouncing that full name. Here, she called out two Big Brother Naija housemates. Let us read, former Big Brother Naija housemates. Let us read here. She mentioned Erica here, says, what does this girl do? Where can I find a record of her work? All I can find is her becoming famous from being disgraced out of Big Brother Naija. I want the best answer, please. Thatcher of Big Brother Naija is suffering from depression. Her smiles may hide pain inside when things become overwhelming. If you need help, see a psychiatrist. Mental health is really important. Untreated depression leads to suicide. Take care of yourself, Thatcher. That is Kemi again. It's been a while. Good to hear from her, but again, is it really good to hear from her? Because she's always calling out people and saying trash about people. Sometimes she makes some serious points, but here I don't know how she got to know that Thatcher, you know, is suicidal. Or that might be too much, but depressed. Guys, let me know what you think. Again, you notice that she's been silent about the 250 million naira, you know, money. Let's see what she's got to say after NDLEA, or maybe NDLEA, her counterpart, is handling the situation profitably. Who knows? But guys, speaking about the Nigerian situation here, this is very serious. NDLEA stormed the singer or artist Zinoleesky's home and they whisked them away. There are two, yes, Zinoleesky and Mohbad, and these guys are signed under Naira Marley's record label. In fact, Naira Marley posted or reacted to that recently, saying he's very, very angry, referring to the situation. I mean, that stuff just happened, and of course he reacted to that. You're very sure that he's talking about that particular situation. And according to report, they said these guys have no arrest warrant. No arrest warrant? I doubt. I'm expecting NDLEA's you know, statement on this, because they always put out a statement after things like this. But NDLEA, you better have a better explanation about this. We really want to know. In the middle of the night, you storm somebody's home and you manhandle them, whisk them away. We need a better explanation about it. Let's watch this video, my people. We've talked about police, how police harass you on the streets. I mean, we talked about NDLEA, EFCC, customs. Now, customs, right? Here it says Nigerian Customs Service agents were seen on a video manhandling a lawyer. The officers were kind of pushing the lawyer out of their office, and lawyer keeps saying, I ask you a question. This is Nigeria, where the rule of law doesn't rule. This is so sad. Guys, the news report says the incident happened after the lawyer visited the Apapa office of the agency over the unlawful seizure of his client's car. The senior customs official is said to have allegedly ordered that he be detained after he, the lawyer, pointed out the illegality of the seizure. We all know, we've heard stories, that some of these guys, I'm talking about the customs, now this doesn't mean that this is true, but we've heard stories, first-hand stories, people who said that this customs actually use these means, this clearing and forwarding, to get rich. And most of them have houses in Banana Island, and they're so rich because of the shady deals when it comes to clearing and forwarding. And this affects businessmen who are ready to follow the rules and regulation and all the processes, the right processes. But imagine an organization, that's supposed to allow you go through, the due process, coming from behind and finding a way to get a bribe from you or frustrate the process.
But this, we shouldn't do this thing like this now. Oh, this is an ugly situation. He's a lawyer now.
I ask you a question, and you have them to tell me. And I'm asking you, why are you telling me? Eh? I'm asking you, why are you telling me?
You think he's a lawyer now? This guy is a lawyer now. He's a lawyer now.
Why are you telling me? I'm a lawyer. And I'm telling you,
but he has not done anything wrong now. Oh my God. Why are you behaving like this? This guy is a lawyer now. Mind your words. Okay, I'm sorry.
Tell me why I'm telling you.
This guy has done nothing. He has done nothing.
I'm ready for that. They tell me why I'm telling you.
But at the same time, you ask yourself, who do we blame when it comes to this whole Nigerian situation? It's very broad. I don't even know who to blame. Is it the citizens or the government? Or we just share in this problems? Just recently, somebody sent me a link, yesterday, and I clicked through. It actually says Uber driver connives with Nigerian police to kidnap citizens.
Get it to about you were kidnapped by some policemen because I realized the Uber man drove to the station directly without our concern. We don't know about it. He just drove us to the police station, and the police started pointing gun at us to bring our phones. And before we know it, we are handcuffed and detained by one Miss Veronica. A few minutes later, they came back to the cell to tell us to come outside, which I refused because I want to know why I am being detained. And I was beaten inside the cell to come outside by force. When I came outside, we were fighting with the handcuff, my colleagues here. He said because we are trying to know our rights. They are asking what is our problem, what have we done to you for you to arrest us? Or this is not an arrest, you are kidnapping us, and they are asking us for money to pay them 500,000, 100,000. They say we are Yahoo guys, and I am a DJ, MC. I'm working for the 2 Minute Entertainment.
I remember this video. It was last 2 years or something. A guy said, "Look, just kill me." You can imagine a criminal, right? He said, just kill me because I'm going to do it again. Now, the shocking thing about the interview, right, this guy's interaction or, interview with the press is that he said he learned to become an armed criminal in prison. You learned it from prison. You can imagine going to prison. That place is supposed to shape you, right? But no, it actually did the opposite. This guy learned how to do all these things in prison.
When I go inside their houses like that, if I talk to them, maybe I make them scared. They do not respond normal. So I'll just use that one to do wickedness for one of them. So I'm sleeping with them.
With who? Their wife or daughter?
Maybe it's only just, let me just say twice. I've done that twice.
With who now?
One is wife and one is house rep. If I talk to them, like maybe when I go inside their room, I'm now talking to them now. Give me what you have in your house. And now they don't want to answer me. So after I collect what I have from them, I don't even want to know. Maybe the thing just come inside me that let me just sleep with one of them.
I spoke with some victims that they said you allegedly raped over 30 people. How true is that?
No, it's not. That is not truth.
I
don't used to lie.
Some of them came and they
Some of them came. Yeah, some of them came out.
How many have you raped in total? You have to be truthful now.
It's going to be about 3 people now. Raped.
How many operations have you successfully executed?
I can't count them, but I've been doing that since 2019 January.
Okay, but what led you to it?
That's why I'm requesting them to just waste me, because I have a reason why. Yes,
Tell us the reason. What's the
what
reason?
do you mean by saying wasting?
I have a reason why I say they should waste me, because the brain that I go and learn is when they get me to prison. That was 2018 when I went there. That's why I learned brain that when you come outside, you come and join us, come and use gun with us. So from there we can be working together. So when I come outside, I was looking for who to help me, and my family are not ready to help. So my solution now is that maybe they should just waste me. That's what I'm thinking, because for them to send me back to prison, I know I'm going to be hard more than this. What I mean by wasting is that I mean they should kill me. That's what I mean.
Is it that you don't believe that you have a future?
I don't see anybody that can help me now. That is why I say maybe they should just, because I don't want to disrupt Nigeria more than this.
The question again is, who do we blame? I think it's time we start being serious about this question. And we've debated, back and forth about this. Like, are we the ones, I'm talking about myself and you guys, are we the one at fault? Or Buhari administration? Here it says passengers were already surrounded by kidnappers. It turned out that 80% occupants of a registered transport minibus taken from Onitsha were kidnappers, but a young victim sitting in the back happened to be a naval officer. He quickly signaled his base at the head bridge through WhatsApp about their ordeal. A team from the naval base responded on time and rounded up both the kidnappers and their victims.
Be very careful. Be very careful. Kidnappers. Be very careful. Both girls and boys. Now them. See them. Both old man, old woman. All of them, they here. Kidnappers. Una cop don't fool.
Speaking about who do we blame, right? We're still on it. I'm sorry, no Abakari news today. We just need to emphasize on these things with examples. Here it says, some group of men seen performing rituals for wealth as led by a popular spiritualist. And I think I've seen something like this before. This particular man always do this in the river, or something that seems like a river or a stream. Guys, I know all these things comes with repercussion, right? If you look at it closely, you realize that these are young people. You wouldn't be surprised to see 16 years old, 17 years old doing this. Do we blame our covetousness, just like the Bible will say, or still the state of the country? Let's watch this video.
Speak inside the mouth. Speak inside the mouth. Inside. Yes. Attack and transfer your failure. Disappointment. Spit inside the bunya so na equivalent. Ni ge do de ke bunu na ebunu muda. Ni choi do de bidota agaba. Whatever you talk, maturity come to pass. Whatever you walk, all over the logo.
Alright guys, so much for that. Here we have Sammy Okposo. Sammy Okposo and the wife vacation in Mexico. A lot of people reacted to this, but I will say this, right? And I think I've said it before. Sammy Okposo, calm down. Leave social media for a while. If anybody's got his number, send it to me. I will send him this video. Or you send him my video. Just joking. Calm down, Mr. Man. No matter how you try to show that you love your wife, doing all this on social media wouldn't convince anybody, because the social media courts, you never win. They will always be ahead. You never win. You might be lucky enough for them to be by your side, but just wait for a while and do something crazy. You'll see how fast they will leave you. But nevertheless, there are still some good and dedicated fans out there who still stick, with this man irrespective. Moving on to the next one, speaking about giving social media a break. Well, Jaruma never gave social media a break after the news broke out that she was arrested. She came back on social media. Oh, who said I spent this in the jail? Who said I spent this social time in jail? Well, she's been arrested, and it's not because she said those things or she said those words. It's simply because she failed to appear in court. Failed to appear, herself and the counsel failed to appear in court. I mean, even though you can't make it to court, right? You can easily send a representative. She didn't send a representative. And of course, the presiding judge said, "What do you take me for? You think you can waste my time?" Then they got her arrested. So Jaruma will be spending a few days in jail. Well, the judge ordered that Jaruma should be remanded at the Suleja Correctional Center until March 17, 2022, which is the new adjournment date. Jaruma. What else? If you check out the comment section, a lot of people are like, I thought she said she uses juju. So what's gonna happen now? She said she uses juju now. Well, moving on to the next news. Despite the news about this guy, this lady's man going live with naked ladies, this lady to stand behind him 100%. I mean, they just celebrated 1 year of being together, right? And she posted some videos on social media. Let's watch.
Keep going, keep going.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. I wasn't expecting this. Oh my God. You got me. Oh my God.
1 year anniversary. Oh my God. 1 year already. Hey, without my wahala. Cheers to forever.
Forever.
Right? Let's do the one that we do. You know, you always say, each time I tell you I love you, you don't feel it. So I decided to show you. I love you, baby. Bro, you're fine. Kéde ọkùnrin tó fà ìgbà wa ní pé mo máa fúlẹ̀ fún ìyá yín lórí burúkú. Ẹ wá! Ada ásìdì sórí ẹlòmíì. Ẹ bá súnmọ́ property mi. Torí mo mọ bí tí mo ti lọ wá láti odindi London. Àti odindi London ni mo ti lọ wọ wá. Ẹ wá rò bí pé torí pé ó ń bá yín ṣeré lórí Instagram ẹ rò pé ti. Instagram nìkan ló dá mọ́. Why to shame blush? You are blushing. See, you love me, girl. See, smile. Original smile.
Guys, this is very, very shocking, right? This lady shared this on social media. Says, from my inbox, the message was, I am pregnant, but my fiance is not the father. Auntie Ada, I am in trouble. What do I do? I'm getting married this April. My fiance is coming home to do my traditional marriage and a white wedding. He's abroad and I haven't seen him since December 2020. But I just found out today that I am pregnant. And here, this person says, the rate of firstborn children being illegitimate children of the husband of the mother is unfairly high in my opinion. Dear women, if you are getting married, kindly stay away from other men. Would you want your son to be dealt with thus? Guys, what do you think? I remember we talked about something like this yesterday about a man, but this person said this her fiance, but about a man who left home and spent like 6 years overseas and asked the wife to take an oath or swear that she didn't sleep with any anybody apart from him in the past 6 years. I think we said something like that. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Here we have Reno Omok. Reno Omok says, dear men, marrying an older woman is risky. A man's libido can last till he is 100. Will you be able to hold yourself when she ages and her libido drops? These are practical matters. Don't just marry because of how you feel now. Think of how you will feel 30 years from now. God gave us the ideal model for marriage. He created Adam and only later created Eve, who Adam then accepted as a wife. That means that in God's judgment, the ideal marriage is one where the husband is older than the wife, not vice versa. Not vice versa. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this? Let me know in the comment section below. Moving on, here we have Bobrisky. Bobrisky called out this guy, James Brown. Remember, we talked about this yesterday. James Brown is currently schooling overseas, UK, and Bobrisky called him out.
That money don't drop. Talk, we cannot talk now, beg. Before they talk, say I be eater. Which better school they operate for winter for London? Which better school? Before they say we are eater. This is winter period. Which better school they operate for UK? UK people are beg talk true. Now know this thing. Which better school? They can all loud the volume. You guys should address me. You guys should address me as mother of all. Me, I be Mama Agba. Call me Mama Agba.
I think Bobrisky is just using us to catch crews. That's what I think. Yeah. Just using us to catch crews, to be in the news, to stay relevant. Right? There was a time when Bobrisky was like everywhere. Right? That was Bobrisky's time. But he's trying to put it to us like he set the pace, right, and others follow. But no, Dan really was there before Bobrisky. But again, why are we even talking about like who set the pace for cross-dressers and stuff like that? It's very, very funny.
I do respect Bobrisky, but the fact that you keep following my time work to create content is really bad. It seems that I'm the one leading the whole thing. It doesn't lead the whole stuff again. I'm the queen now because he just handed the crown to me. All I did is come to London to school. I didn't say anything. I'm going to say when I want to do my thing, I don't say I talk about it. You guys see, this year, I have a lot of choke of surprises for you guys. I will say it until you will see it. You just be saying, hey, James Brown. That's the thing about me. I don't know how to brag about success. I'd rather show my success than bragging about it. Because bragging before, like the one I was saying, you wanted to open an app, like, oh God. When I was still is side.
Here we have a Reverend Father talking about Bobrisky. I think the man made some serious points close to the end of that video. Let's watch.
We have Bobrisky. How does he dress? Like who? Like a woman. Is he a woman? Eh? You know, some people think that he, she, I mean that she, he. He's a guy, oh. His name is Idris Okuneye. That one, Bobrisky, that made some men are even so, I don't even know how to describe you. You will go and carry the picture of a man like you because he dressed. Okay, you are falling for Bobrisky. Why are you not falling for Mamoka? How many of you have watched Mamoka? Do you know he's a man? But he dresses like what? Like a woman. Does that make him a woman? Or does that make her a woman? Rise above seeing people by what? By appearance.
Okay, guys, moving on to the next news. Here we have DJ Copy. DJ Copy says, some days I'm at Oxford University, deeply regretting doing a third university degree because I feel it's affected my progress in the music industry. But some days like this, I'm really proud of myself, and I know that education empowers me to be greater in every aspect of life. I mean, guys, what do you think? Let's watch.
The issue is really that I believe education is literally the only tool we can use to progress the world. So much that, you know, despite being a DJ, I've decided to do another degree. So I'm studying at the moment at Oxford University, and I'm doing a master's in African studies. And it's really interesting because as much as that's a good thing, you know, it feels like I'm studying my continent outside of my continent. And that's always been quite a interesting dynamic. But what I will say is that even as Africans, you know, there's so much we don't know about ourselves. And being in Oxford has just completely changed my epistemology. But what I really notice is that so many young people here in the UK speak about issues, obviously, of race and equality, but the issue is that we have to think backwards. Why are these things embedded in culture? And that's because right from a young age.
I stumbled on this recently. It's just so crazy. A lady who, you know, a Cameroonian lady, and this happened in Cameroon, begging a guy for money, but she was like, look, I can even offer myself for sex, you know, I don't mind offering myself for sex just to get this money. I know it might sound funny, but I think it's sad, right, to hear something like this. Let's listen.
Borrow me 5,000 now. I'll give you tomorrow. I beg. I promise when I'll be $1. I beg. I'll function very well. I already start training now like this. I beg. It's urgent. I have that money, and I always keep to my promise. I beg you. I beg. If you don't have borrow me. I beg. Oh, very well, very, very well. You never need to do.
Today's a question. Let me know what you think about this video. Let's watch this video and drop your answer.
The question of the day is, how long should a guy last?
In bed or where?
Yeah.
$10 minutes giving me head.
10 minutes?
Giving me head.
Okay.
The other part depends with how your skill is in bed.
Okay.
Work?
Okay.
Yeah, finish very quick.
So how do you estimate the other part? How many minutes?
The most I can go is 15 because scientifically and biologically you can't go more than 15.
Okay, so 15 plus 10 minutes, like 25 minutes?
Plus 5 minutes.
Ah, okay, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So 15 minutes, that's how long you think a guy should last?
Yeah.
Okay, let me know how long should a guy last down below in the comment section.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Until we see you next time. Peace.